were sitting by the window watching the rain fall outside. The soft pitter-patter was so relaxing. But Leo had a question. Do raindrops have an on switch? He asked. Zara giggled at her little brother's silly question. Of course not, she said. But where do raindrops even come from? Maybe clouds cry when they're sad, Leo suggested. Just then, a sparkling bubble floated through the window and landed on Leo's nose. That's a very creative idea, the bubble said in a friendly voice. But clouds don't cry. I'm here to teach you all about rain. And if you'd like to see what happens inside a raindrop, I can show you. The children looked at each other, their eyes wide with wonder. Really? Zara asked. Yes, said the bubble. Hop inside. He snapped his fingers and pop, the bubble vanished. And suddenly Zara and Leo found themselves shrinking before their eyes. Whoa! Leo exclaimed as he felt himself getting smaller and smaller. In a flash, they were mini-sized. Then they started to float up toward the clouds. What just happened? Zara asked. I think we got zapped by a shrinking ray, Leo said, but it wasn't a shrinking ray. It was Professor Bubble. He was standing right in front of them, smiling. Don't worry, he said. I won't zap you again, I promise. And I'll be your guide to everything you need to know about rain. As the kids floated past fluffy white clouds, they marveled at the cotton candy-like shapes floating all around them. Zara noticed one cloud in particular that had a face on it. It looked like a grumpy old man with a long white beard. Look, Leo, she whispered. That cloud looks exactly like Mr. Bubbles. And the cloud grumbled. I hate rain, it said. It's cold and dark inside of me. I wish I could just disappear. Professor Bubble put a comforting hand on the cloud's shoulder. Being a cloud isn't always easy, he said, but I'm here to help. Now let's show them how rain is made. The professor led the kids to a section of cloud that was darker gray than the rest. Here we go, he said. This is where it rains. Zara and Leo gasped as they watched tiny water drops bump into each other and twirl inside the churning gray cloud. How does it work? Leo asked. Professor Bubble pointed to a group of raindrops. See those ones over there? They're almost too heavy for the cloud to hold up. They're going to fall as rain soon. Zara thought for a moment. So the cloud makes rain just like squeezing a water balloon until it pops, she said. Exactly, said the professor. But how do raindrops get so big? Zara asked. Professor Bubble explained. When warm air rises into the sky, it cools down. That makes the water vapor turn into liquid water, which forms tiny droplets. Those droplets bump into each other and get bigger and bigger until they are too heavy for the cloud to hold up. Then they fall as rain. As the kids listened to the professor, more and more raindrops began to form. The weight of the water caused the cloud to start shaking and rumbling. Then one particularly large raindrop splashed out of the cloud and fell to the ground below. Uh-oh, Professor Bubble said. That means a storm's coming. Suddenly, a whirlwind of swirling mist appeared behind the children. Who's there? Leo asked, hiding behind Zara. The mist cleared to reveal a beautiful white cat with sparkling blue eyes. Greetings, she said in a magical voice. I am Nano the Cloud Cat, and when a raindrop falls from a cloud, I fly it to earth. She extended her paw toward the children. Care to join me on a raindrop ride? She asked. Zara and Leo took Nano's paw and zoomed out of the cloud. Hold on tight, she called over her shoulder as she sped them toward the ground. In seconds, they were soaring through the air, riding on a giant raindrop. It was smooth and slippery, just like a giant water slide. Leo shouted with delight. The raindrop splashed into a puddle on the ground, sending a spray of water high into the air. Look, Zara said, pointing to a nearby sunflower. A raindrop landed on its head. As they watched, the sunflower seemed to perk up, its petals turning toward the sky as if to catch the raindrops. That was amazing, Leo said. You're so cool. Nano, the cloud cat purred with pleasure. Thank you. My favorite thing to do is bring rain to thirsty plants and animals. Just then, the children heard a loud crack of thunder. Uh-oh, Nano said, that means our ride's over. I have to get back to my cloud before the storm hits. She turned to the children. Thanks for riding with me, but now I have to go. She waved her tail goodbye and zoomed off toward the darkening sky. As the rain poured down harder, Zara and Leo huddled closer together. I hope the storm doesn't last long, Zara said. Suddenly, she noticed something strange. A bolt of lightning flashed across the sky, followed by a loud boom of thunder. Then another flash of lightning and another boom. Do you think the storm is mad at us? Leo asked. Zara shook her head. No, silly. That's not what makes rain. Lightning and thunder happen because the air around the rain is electrically charged. When it gets charged up, the electricity jumps from the clouds to the ground in a flash of lightning. That creates thunder when the air around it explodes. Look, Leo interrupted, pointing to a bright flash of light in the distance. Does that mean someone's using a camera flash? Zara shook her head. That's not a camera. That's a firefly. She smiled. Fireflies use flashes of light to communicate with each other. As the rain poured down around them, Zara and Leo noticed something else. In the distance, they saw a windmill with long sweeping arms. Each time the wind turned the windmill, it generated a burst of energy. Do you think the rain helps make electricity? Leo asked. Zara wasn't sure. Let's find out. She and Leo raced toward the windmill, dodging puddles the whole way. As they ran, they saw a family of ducks paddling around in a newly formed puddle. Look, Leo said, they're having a swimming party. When they reached the windmill, Zara explained her idea to the farmer. He said, sure enough, we use the power of moving water to generate electricity. It's one of the many benefits of rain. Then he gave the children a huge smile. And the best part is, thanks to the rain, we'll have plenty of food to eat this year. He pointed to the lush green fields surrounding them. The crops are growing strong and tall. Suddenly, Zara and Leo felt the ground beneath their feet begin to shake. What's happening? Leo asked, grabbing onto his sister's arm. The shaking grew stronger and stronger. Then a loud clap of thunder echoed across the sky. Uh-oh, Zara said. I think our rain adventure is over. I hope we make it back before the storm hits. As if in answer, a sparkling bubble suddenly appeared in front of them. Hop inside, he said with a wink. I'll take you home. Zara and Leo didn't hesitate. They jumped into the bubble and pop. They were zapped back to their own backyard. Thanks, Professor Bubble, Zara said, as she and Leo raced to the back door. Anytime, he replied with a smile. And remember, rain isn't just water falling from the sky. It's science falling from the sky. As the storm raged on outside, Zara and Leo snuggled up on the couch with a cup of hot cocoa. They were dry and warm, safe inside their house, and they couldn't stop talking about their amazing adventure. Did you know? Zara said, sipping her cocoa. When warm air rises, it cools down and the water vapor in it turns into liquid water. When the water droplets get too heavy, they fall as rain. I can't wait to tell everyone what I learned, Leo said excitedly. Me too, Zara replied. It's so much fun to learn about science. All together, they shouted. Science is awesome.